Good morning. Welcome back to the pre-market PulseScan with yours truly, Dex the Algo Capitalist, aka the Vulcan, coming to you live from PulseWaveTrading.com, home of the world famous PulseWave price trigger reports that we put right in your hand each and every morning. All right, this is going to be a really quick one this morning because I have somewhere to be. Therefore, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to knock this out. What y'all say to that? Y'all down with that? Y'all cool with that? All right, then that's what we're going to do. All right, so taking a look at these overnight markets, which have been somewhat muted, very quiet, not a lot going on. You got your Dow down 21 points at 26,865. NASDAQ 100 is up 55 points at 10,859 and a quarter. E-mini S&P 500 up a half a point at 3266 even. Russell My Hustle down 7 points at 1483.2. And Bitcoin futures composite index is up 110, trading at 9,535 after hitting 9,615 in the overnight. I told you so. Next one we got here is Nat Gas up 2 cents at $1.70. Told you so on that one too. Crude oil down 27 cents at 41.62. We got the long bond getting more powerful, up 14.30 seconds, trading at 181.02. That's 181 and 230 seconds. Gold futures up $4.70, trading at $1,869.70 an ounce. Silver down 39 cents, trading at $22.75 an ounce after hitting $23.67 in the overnight. So you got a pullback of about $1 right now. All right, the US dollar index, let's see here. It is up 11 pips at 95.10. You got the euro dollar down 16 pips at 115.67. Pound sterling down 49 pips at 126.92. The Aussie is down 41 pips at 71.01. Canadian dollar up 3 pips at 134.21. Euro yen is off 15 pips at 123.86. Let's see, dollar yen up 7 pips at 107.23. And the Kiwi is down 29 pips at 66.37. Soybeans are up 1 3/4 points at 8.97 1/4. Corn down 1 point at 3.33 3/4. And wheat is down 1 3/4 points at 5.32 3/4. So that is our overnight markets. But you know what we got to do? We got to get into the overnight market news because, well, it's kind of important. You kind of want to do that. So if my computer will pull this up, we can get it on and popping. It should be noted too that we've been having some mad storms in the evening over here around these parts, and it's been kicking out power, and it's been pretty aggravating. So I haven't been able to do all the things that I want to do. I've been somewhat delayed by about 2 days now, but that's all right. We're gonna be all right. Okay. So first and foremost, we got Twitter in the news. Twitter stock soars after the company reports adding 20 million users in 3 months. Investors cheered as the social media group grew its daily active users by 34% year on year to 186 million. Tesla stock surges after it scores its 4th straight quarterly profit, paving the way to the S&P 500. Elon Musk's electric car company reported $104 million in net income compared to $408 million in losses a year ago. Well, I mean, for some odd reason, he just can't make a car. All right, let's see here. Warren Buffett, again, here's some more Buffett apologists. Warren Buffett just plowed $800 million into Bank of America, boosting his stake to over 11%. The billionaire investor in Berkshire Hathaway CEO snapped up almost 34 million shares in 3 days. Former Wirecard CEO Marcus Braun was arrested for a second time in relation to the company's $2 billion accounting scandal. Two other executives, Wirecard's former finance boss Burkhard Lee and Stefan Vaughn, ex-head of accounting, were also arrested. Republican lawmakers want Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey to testify at big tech antitrust hearings following the social media platform's massive hack. The chief executives of Amazon, Apple, Google, and Facebook are all set to appear before the House Judiciary Committee on July the 27th. Warren Buffett isn't warning about sky-high stocks because he doesn't want to make people mad. Veteran investor Bill Smead says he won't say anything because he's 89 years old and doesn't want anyone to be angry when he dies, the Smead Capital Management boss said. Oh my, just leave the man alone. A Wall Street expert details the hurdles that must be cleared before a Bitcoin ETF is approved and explains why other investing substitutes for the crypto fall short. Prospective issuers of a Bitcoin ETF face several hurdles. Here's what they need to overcome. Blah, blah, blah. Well, I mean, technically, you still got GBTC. I mean, they don't like to call it an ETF, but it basically is. Global stocks are mostly up, but seeing only small gains in Europe. Germany's DAX rose 0.5%, Britain's FTSE 100 rose 0.6%, and the Euro Stoxx 50 rose 0.5%. In Asia, China's Shanghai Composite fell 0.2%, Hong Kong's Hang Seng rose 0.8%, and Japan's Nikkei fell 0.6% at the close. All right, in the U.S., the stock indices are vary between 0.3 and 0.6% respectively. Earnings expected today are Intel, Unilever, AT&T, Blackstone, Daimler, and Hershey. As far as on the economic front, we just had initial jobless claims at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard New York time, and next we got the 4-week bill auction. All right, so the jobless claims was worse. We had an increase in unemployment filings, in case you didn't know. And of course, that's no big surprise. Not at all. It is to be expected in this current place that we find ourselves. All right, so we got John Marsalek, the ex-COO of collapsed German payment service Wirecard, likely fled to Russia, not Belarus or the Philippines, intelligence sources have told the Insider. Wow. They said he entered Russia over 60 times in the past decade on 6 Austrian passports and 3 diplomatic passports issued by another unidentified country, sources said. UK companies are marketing and selling spy technology to countries accused of using such technologies to abuse human rights. Data analyzed by Business Insider show firms were licensing during the first 3 months of 2020 to sell surveillance kits to Pakistan, Oman, and the UAE, among other nations. Twitter said on Wednesday that the hackers who breached its systems last week likely read the direct messages of 36 accounts, including one belonging to an elected official in the Netherlands. In tweets from its support account and an updated blog post, Twitter said it had no indication that private messages of any other elected officials were obtained. Who would use Twitter to send a private message? The whole point of using Twitter is to send out tweets that everyone, the whole world, can read. So that doesn't make sense. Workplace chat service Slack filed an EU antitrust complaint against Microsoft Teams, saying bundling the software within Office 365 was anti-competitive. Microsoft shot back, saying Slack had suffered from a lack of video conferencing functionality. United States are turning to Nearform, the company that made Ireland's contact tracing app, for help with their contact tracing efforts. Other countries and U.S. states have already asked permission to retool the app for themselves, and Nearform told Business Insider it started work with Pennsylvania authorities. So it is coming, and it is already here. Pakistan's telecoms regulator has issued TikTok with a final warning, threatening to ban it over complaints about immoral, obscene, and vulgar content. The regulator has already blocked live streaming at Bigo on the same grounds. Yes, well, at the end of the day, you know when the world is being plunged into a deep depression, people are turning to pornography. Some people feel that's the only way they can make money is with the fans only page that you subscribe to and pay money, and they do whatever they do on live on air. Uber-backed scooter startup Lime and Germany challenger Tier have been chosen as two of three companies that can operate electric scooters in Paris. Paris was inundated with scooters until it decided to pick just three operators, and the city is seen as Europe's most profitable market. Wow. Microsoft reported earnings for its fiscal fourth quarter and the full 2020 fiscal year. Earnings at market close on Wednesday, beating analyst expectations for overall results, but missing estimates on key business unit, including its office products. The firm reported revenue of $38 billion and earnings per share of $1.46. Tesla will build its newest factory in Austin, Texas. The company said Wednesday, and the new plant will make the Cybertruck. Let's just hope this one doesn't fall apart, like all the bumpers on its cars. Austin, Tulsa, Oklahoma, and other cities had fiercely competed in recent months to win the $1 billion investment. Researchers have created a machine learning technique that can identify disinformation campaigns on social media. The algorithm finds patterns of suspicious posts and accounts, which could help companies shut down these campaigns early. Again, say goodbye to freedom of speech. Let's just have a moment of silence for the death of the U.S. Constitution. So now you're going to sniff out these things, but notice how these tools are being targeted toward we the people. They're not being targeted toward the government. All right, who created that process of disinformation and misinformation? So they're not gonna use it on the mainstream media. They're gonna use it on you the people, we the people. Sad but true. It's just the way of the world, right? It is what it is. All right, so as I told you, this was going to be a quick day because it's just, I got to be somewhere. I'm not an octopus. I can't do it all. I can't be everywhere at the same time. And I got a lot on my plate, so we're not going to keep you too long this morning. And to be honest with you, it's really not a whole lot to really go into or talk about. It's, just more of the same. All I can say to you post waivers out there, please follow the reports. All right. Don't try to overthink it. Just trade what the market is giving you. All right. Please don't try to outthink the system or try to outthink the market. Just do what you have been taught to do, and you'll be all right. Okay. All right. Well, in that light, I will see you guys back here tonight for the end of day report. And with that being said, remember PulseWaveTrading.com. You know what it is. You know what we do. Come break bread with us over at PulseWaveTrading.com. And remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. And I'm out. Peace.